guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is gonna be on a bikini bottom. Okay, it's so easy, so freaking cute. You can use 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors. I'm only gonna use 2 today. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I'm super sorry it's dark in here, y'all. I'm setting up my yarn room, so I'm just using the light from my desk. But for this, we're gonna be using size 4 yarn, our 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I'm gonna be using this super pretty teal, but use whatever color you like. Put the end of the yarn almost at the tip of your 3 fingers. Wrap the yarn around. Put your hook in and pull the yarn down. We're gonna chain 41 times. Yarn over, pull the yarn through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have this little braid forming. So we have 41 chains in total, and this is gonna be for size medium. I wear size medium, so it's just easier for me to do tutorials in medium. But if you wear large, just do a couple more. To size it, I used my very favorite bikini bottom, and I just measured the back of it and how wide I wanted it to be. So this is 41. We're gonna half double crochet for the entire piece, okay? We're gonna half double crochet into the 40th chain. Yarn over, go into the 40th, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 lines on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And we're gonna do that all the way down. Yarn over, into the 39th, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. And just keep going literally all the way down. Should have this shape forming. Okay, so now that we're all the way done, there are no more chains for us to go and do. So this is how we should be looking. Okay, it may look a little strange now, but I promise it's gonna turn out super cute. Okay, so to get that angled curve in the bikini, you know, like, okay, this is the back that we're starting at, right? This is the very back where your bottom is, the top of your butt crack, okay? Imagine it. We're gonna go down into basically a triangle shape so you can get the back of the bikini. So we have to decrease. We're gonna turn our work over. And now you're looking at this might be the inside. Yeah, this will probably be the inside. So to decrease on each row, we're gonna do this for each and every row. We're at the beginning of our row. We're not gonna chain anything, okay? We're gonna half double crochet into this second stitch right here. We're gonna skip this one, go into the second one. We're gonna do this for every single row. Turn over, go into that second chain, that second stitch, turn over, pull through, 3 loops, turn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so this is the very first stitch of the second row. And we're literally just gonna half double crochet all the way down like we did with the first row. Doing bikinis normally takes me about 2 hours, I think 2 to 3 hours. It's really all the chaining that you do during the straps that makes it so long, because this part is fairly quick, I think. Okay, so I'm finishing up the second row. This is how we should be looking. You can kind of see it's already starting to curve inward just a little bit. I have 3 stitches left. Half double crochets to do. Okay, so this is where our last half double crochet would be, but we're gonna skip it. Okay, we're gonna skip it because we're decreasing 2 on each row. This would be the second one. At the beginning was the first one. This is gonna be our second decrease, so we're gonna go to the next row because we're done. Okay, skipping that last one. Turn your work over. Boom. Third row. You're gonna half double crochet, skipping that first one, going into the second one. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're gonna continue just like we just did twice. Okay, we're gonna continue half double crocheting down and skipping that last half double crochet on this row. Okay, so we're at the end of the third row. You can definitely see it starting to curve in right there. But at the end, you can kind of see it looks a little different from when we were finishing up the second row. This little line here used to like freak me out. I'm like, what the heck? It's so confusing with how it looks. Literally disregard it. You literally have 2 half double crochet stitches left that you can do, but we're only gonna do 1. Okay, I'm gonna do this last one here, skipping this. And you'll know, let's say you accidentally go into that last one, okay? As you do like 2 more rows, you're gonna realize, oh my god, it doesn't look like it's decreasing right here. You'll literally notice it, okay? Before you get too far. You always want it to look like it's going inward. Skip it. And you can always pull this part right here just to see how it's shaping up. Turn your work over and repeat. Skip skipping that first one. Finishing up the 4th row, it should be looking like this. We have 2 half double crochets left that we're gonna do. Skipping that last one that's available. Turn the work over and repeat. You're gonna do this all the way down until you have, I think about 8 half double crochets left for the row. I'll come back before then, but continue doing the decrease at the front and the decrease at the end. Okay, so I did about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've done about 14 rows, period. This is how she should be looking. You can clearly see on both sides, we are steadily decreasing. Okay, this is how you should be looking by your 14th row. I still have quite a few half double crochets to do, so we're just gonna continue until we get about 8 left, but we're just gonna keep going. So we're on row 17, okay? We have 8 half double crochet stitches in total, including the ones that we would have decreased, okay? Row 17, you should have 8 half double crochets in total that you can do, okay? Row 18 is gonna be our last decrease row. And we're only gonna do 1 decrease so we can have 7 half double crochets in total, okay? So we're starting row 18 right now. We're gonna skip the first one like normal, and we're gonna count as we go so you don't get confused or lost. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna include that last one, 7. Okay, so we have 7 in total for row 18, and we're going to maintain 7 stitches. Okay, so from row 18 to 26, I believe, hold on. So rows 18 to 27, we're maintaining 7 half double crochet stitches. So grab a stitch marker, whatever color you want, just grab a piece of string, use it as your stitch marker. And we're just gonna put the yarn through so we remember that this is row 18. and we have what, 9 more rows to go. Okay, row 18, put in your stitch marker, and we're going to do a couple more rows maintaining 7 half double crochet stitches. And this is how you're maintaining the same number of stitches for several rows. We're going to do that right now. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to half double crochet down regularly, okay? No decreases. So we're going to go into the very first half double crochet space, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so no decreases at all. This is how you maintain the same number of stitches. Okay, so 18, 19. I mean, these 2 rows both have 7 half double crochets in total. Turn our work over. We're gonna chain 2 again and half double crochet down like we just did for the last row. Go into the first one and half double crochet down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and this space right here is we're literally halfway done. This space is gonna be for the how can I explain this? This is where your vagina is, literally. We're going into the vagina part of the bikini, of the bikini bottom, okay? Yeah, so that's why we're a little small, but you know, I still wanted to make it wide enough so you can like put your panty liner or, you know, whatever situation you have going on. And just so you have a little more coverage down there. We don't want nothing poking out, okay? So make sure you make it wide enough to cover the area, but skinny enough so that it's not overly like overflowing on your like bikini line. Okay, so now I'm on row 27. This is the last row where we're maintaining 7 stitches. And we should be looking like this. This should be the entire bikini lining area. And when you fold it, you can literally see, you know, that vibe of the bikini. You can literally see it forming before your eyes. And now we're gonna work on, you know, the top part and the front of the bikini bottom. We're starting row 28, and we're gonna chain 2 like we've been doing, but now that we want to make it more wider and a little more full coverage, we're going to be increasing. So to increase, you're just adding more stitches than you had before. So we're going to half double crochet into the first one, and we're going to half double crochet 1 more into that first stitch. So you should have 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and we're going to half double crochet down like regular, 1 in each stitch. And you're done with row 28. Chain 2, turn your work over, and you can kind of see it looks a little different on the side already, but we can go down and count just so I can give you guys a better example on how the increases. Just add 1 more stitch or a couple more stitches than you had before. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 half double crochets since we only added one more half double crochet. So we're gonna do the same thing for row 29. We're gonna be doing this from rows 28 to 31. 28 to 31, we're doing 1 increase on each row. So I'm updating my stitch marker to let me know this is row 28. I'm gonna do a few more rows just like this, okay? So we're gonna do 2 half double crochets into the first stitch. 1, go right back in there, 2. Half double crochet 1 in each stitch for the rest of the row. Chain 2, turn your work over, and repeat. 2 in the first one, I'm also going to be releasing this pattern on my website as well, because I am getting a couple comments asking for a pattern. I guess some people prefer the pattern over watching the YouTube videos, so okay. I guess I'll just put both out there for you guys. Oops, almost forgot to do 2 in the first one. So you have 28, 29, 30, 31. So you have 31 rows, and you can kind of see it widening up just a little bit, but now we're going to add some more increases. Okay, so now that we're done with row 31, we're going to be starting row 32, and from row 32 to row 35 we're going to be doing 2 increases. Okay, so we're going to do 1 increase at the beginning, 1 increase at the end for 3 rows. Starting row 32, we're going to do 2 half double crochets into the first one like we've been doing, half double crochet 1 into the rest until you get to the last stitch of this row. I know sometimes it can look really confusing once you're reaching the end, but just try to remember that you have 1 more half double crochet at the end right there, and you can always count to make sure that you have the correct number of stitches. Let's say we accidentally skip this last one, you can see that it'll be curving inward right here. You see that? So just try not to forget any stitches, but you'll definitely be able to tell. So this is our last stitch for the row, and we're gonna do 2 in the last one. Go right back in that same one and do another one. And you can see the 2 half double crochets in that 1 stitch right there. I'm gonna chain 2, turn our work over. And now you can definitely see it getting wider. So I'm gonna do that same exact thing. I'm gonna update my stitch marker to remind me this is row 32. I'm gonna do 2 in this one, 1 for the rest of them, until we go all the way down. We're about to be in our last stitch. I'm gonna do 2 half double crochets. Okay, and you can see the 2 as well in that one if you ever get confused. The rest of them only have 1, 1, 1, This one has two. Okay, this is how it should be looking, guys. I'm on my last row, which is row 35. I'm gonna do 2 in the last stitch. And there we have it. We have a bikini bottom before the strings. If you do want fuller coverage, I would say try the bikini on without the strings for right now and just see how it's fitting on your body. See if you like it. This part can get a little tricky. If you do want it more full coverage, you of course have to start your increases early on so that it gets wider for you if you want it like that. But we're literally done. Now we're just gonna start on the strings, the side strings. Okay, so I'm gonna use a different color. If you are not using a different color, you can just leave the yarn how it is and just continue with the next instructions. But I am using a different color, so I'm gonna cut this yarn right here, only leaving a little tail left, okay? It's not a lot of yarn that I left on here. I'm using this beautiful red. And attaching colors is super easy. I'm just going to tie a knot. Bring it close to where my crochet hook is going to be entering at, and just pull it tight. I want to make sure that red yarn is literally right into the next stitch that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to chain 85 chains. So I'm going to chain 85. So we're going to yarn over, pull through. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we have 85 chains in total, and we don't want it to be this thin, okay? So we're just gonna single crochet all the way down. Sometimes I like to switch it up. Sometimes I do have double crochets all the way down, but we're gonna do single crochet, so it's not super thick, but you know, we have a strong base when we're tying it around our waist. So we have 85. We're gonna go into the 84th chain, which is right here. I'm gonna go into that chain, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over and pull through both. Go in, yarn over, pull through. 2. Yarn over, pull through both. Go in, yarn over, pull through. 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both. And you're just gonna do this all the way down. Okay, so I'm now at the end of my 85 chains, and I just have one more left to single crochet. Okay, so now that we're done, this is how your first bikini bottom string should look. It does curl at the bottom, which is super cute once you actually have it on. But now we're gonna start working on the perimeter. Okay, literally all we're doing this entire piece, this entire time with the strings and the perimeter, we're just single crocheting. Literally, that is all. So we're gonna single crochet around the perimeter in order to get to the back string here, the back string, perimeter again, then the front string. That's literally it, okay? Do not make it more difficult than it already is, okay? But it's not. Okay, so like literally it's so easy, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start the perimeter and we're single crocheting into the next available space here. So I'm gonna go in right here, put my yarn through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. That's literally it. Now we're just gonna single crochet down. When I'm doing the perimeter, I do like to do my single crochets kind of spaced out so that it makes the perimeter tight, because once you get in the water, the yarn does stretch. You know, once you try it on, the yarn does stretch. So I just want to make sure that it has, you know, the firmness, the stability of a regular cloth bikini. I'm gonna put these 2 strings, I'm gonna single crochet over them so that we won't have any strings sticking out. I'm gonna go into the next stitch and just single crochet. Go in, and I'll pull through, single crochet. Like I'm not even gonna do another single crochet in here. I'm gonna go into this next one right here. Okay, we want tight stitches, spaced out stitches so that we get that firmness. Okay, now that we've single crocheted over those strings long enough, I'm just going to continue without them. You want to get a good amount of space in between your stitches. You don't have to get them right up on each other, but you don't have to space them out too much. You really just have to see how your piece is turning out. Mine aren't completely spaced out, but they aren't super close together either. And if you try to like pull it, they do seem really, really firm. That's how I want it. I'm just gonna continue. I love using a different color because you can, like, the way the red just goes into the bikini, like, I just love it. I just love how it looks. Okay. Leaving one stitch left available, we're gonna start on the next bikini string. Okay, so I'm gonna chain another 85. we have our 85 chains, and we're gonna single crochet right back down like we did with the first one. Yeah, I'm gonna come back when I'm finished with this. Yeah, single crochet all the way down, and we're just gonna attach it back and continue the perimeter. So I only have one available stitch left for it to go into. So after my last single crochet, we're just going into that stitch, yarning over, pulling through 2 loops on our hook, and then we're gonna yarn through and yarn over and pull through both. Okay. Now we're gonna continue going around the perimeter, and then we're gonna start our third one. For the back perimeter, I like to skip stitches, I'm not gonna lie, just to make it tighter, and I just want to make sure it fits as best as possible. Tighter, you can never go wrong with tighter when you're crocheting, because the pieces stretch literally so much, and then once you start washing them, they're gonna get a little looser as well. So skip a couple. I don't skip too many. I just wanted to have kind of that resistance when I pull it. That's perfect enough. And continue, and then we're gonna start the third. We're gonna continue on down like we did this side, literally exactly how we did this side. And then we're gonna do the last one, and then we're gonna finish the front. Also probably skipping like 3 stitches. Here I'm just doing my last single crochet, and I'm cutting the rest of the yarn because we're about to close the stitch and be done. I'm yarning over, pulling through the last loop on my hook, and then I'm yarning over and pulling it through completely, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is how we should be looking afterwards. We should have a full bikini, a full cheeky bikini bottom. Yes, this pattern is very, very versatile, guys. Like I said earlier, if you do want more full coverage, I'm sorry, I just ate some delicious African food, and that food be giving me like a cough, y'all, like a mucus cough. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, if you do want more full coverage, like here, add more increases. Literally experiment with your pattern, guys. Okay, experiment with experiment with your pattern. Okay, like you do not always have to follow step by step of these YouTubers, including me. Okay, literally experiment. Do what you want to do with your crochet piece. If you literally mess up, you can literally take it out and start over how you want. If you want more full coverage, do more increases. If you want less coverage, or if you want less coverage on the back, obviously start with less stitches here at the very beginning, but you'll learn that as you keep making things. But yes, this is a very good beginner bikini to start with, and you can just cut your extra strings, tie her in a bow, try her on, because this is a wearable for the water. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video. Trust in me. I can't, you said